Well, it doesn't get funnier than this. At this point, we're all familiar with the Blue Origin space trip that was sold to us like it was the peak of human achievement. But what you've probably missed is Joe Rogan and Tim Dillon's take on it. The pair absolutely roasted the whole thing, and it was too hilarious not to share with you. So today we're breaking it all down, and trust me, you're in for a treat. As always, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos just like this.
I'm much better now that the ladies are back from space.
Thank you for having me. What were they up there, 10 minutes?
Well, it was very profound. I don't know if you've seen Katy Perry talk about it, but she's basically a guru now.
Yeah. What were her findings? That's my question.
Well,
what
she
did she learn?
Daisy, which is super important. It shows you how quick the flight was. The dead daisy that's like snipped from its life source was still alive or still vibrant.
Yeah, and it's always
at her.
Yeah.
Shout out Daisy.
Wow.
Look at her nails. So pretty.
Now, so they go up there and they float for like 10 minutes?
At least.
And then they come down.
Let's not minimize this.
No, I know. It's a big deal.
Let's celebrate female astronauts.
And because they were united.
Because a lot of men astronauts, they have to go to school.
Right.
They have to learn how to be a pilot first. Then they have to join the Air Force or the Navy. And then they get appointed by NASA.
That's right.
And then they go to space.
Not to minimize this, but they actually floated for 3 minutes. That's it. Can you imagine if it had been any longer? Katy Perry would have probably written a whole thesis on the life-changing spiritual transformation of space. And you know what's funny? They actually went on a mini press tour for it. For instance, the Fantastic Six appeared on the cover of Elle magazine, and it was framed as if they were doing it all for womankind. So I guess they didn't do it for the rest of us men, because apparently space is the next frontier where modern-day feminists will fight the patriarchy and call for equality. Tim Dillon also pointed out that they are not the first women that go to space, and bringing up the point of Elon rescuing an actual female astronaut, and that's when Joe went all out on MSM.
And there has been, that's the other thing, there has been female astronauts.
Let's not minimize this. Let's not minimize this.
Yeah,
what
like
they did
I think
is
there was a stuck on a space station for a few months. That's terribly more impressive.
Let's not minimize this. No, the problem with that story is that she was rescued by a very awful person who wants to expose fraud and waste.
Yes. Did Musk rescue her?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Where's that in the news?
Oh, I didn't know
Those
that.
fucking people were stuck. The Boeing jet, the Skyline, whatever the fuck it is, the Boeing spaceship, wasn't working. They couldn't fix it.
Interesting. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, and by the way, Elon could have rescued them during the Biden administration. They didn't want to because of his open support for Trump. So they left those people up there. Yes. He's talked about it on my podcast. They left those people up there.
Exactly. This one says everything about where our media ecosystem is right now. And even many YouTubers are guilty of this. You see, for all the noise about new media taking over and how online creators are shaping the narrative, I didn't see this issue being talked about that much. Recently, both of the rescued astronauts revealed that, quote, they were indeed prepared to stay longer than the planned 8-day mission. That's cool and all, but it still doesn't change the fact that a private company pulled off what the government couldn't and would not let them do. Obviously, this wouldn't be a Joe Rogan podcast if conspiracies weren't brought up, so let's hear what they had to say about it.
Just imagine the conspiracies if they didn't make it.
Yeah. Well, Pete, there's already people saying that they faked it, which I think is silly.
Well, I love those people.
But that's great.
Those are the people that think space is fake.
That's right. Yeah. But there are already people going, well, they faked it. And I'm like, I hope they fake something better than that.
I think this is the confusion. I think the confusion is that they essentially got to the threshold of space. They did not get like way out there where re-entry is very traumatic. And it has like, if you see like those heat shields that they put all over those things, and if they break off on the re-entry, everybody dies.
Right.
That's because you're way out there, and the amount of heat that gets generated as you're re-entering the atmosphere. I think they're essentially like on the border of the atmosphere. Let's see, how high did they go up there?
62 miles. They go above that line. It's called like the
That's
Kármán
what I'm
line. Or
Because nothing screams historic space mission like a space capsule with 0 burn marks. That proves how this whole spectacle is more like a theme park ride than a groundbreaking journey into the great unknown. By the way, I've noticed you haven't liked the video or subscribed to the channel yet, so what are you waiting for? Now let's also not forget the hilarious clip where the capsule's door opens from the inside, then the lady tells them to shut it, and of course, Jeff the Macho Bezos opens it with a wrench like he's fixing a leaky sink. If this is the future of space tourism, things don't look very promising.
But they did go to space, technically.
They went to space, and they lost gravity.
The funniest thing is they come back and you need a parachute to land.
Right.
Like at all the technology Elon has. Elon is catching rockets with robot arms.
What could go wrong in something like that?
Oh, it could explode on the way up, for sure. Yeah, the way up is not ensured that those things are definitely going to hold it together.
So that's the biggest risk.
Yeah, you have these cannons filled with rocket fuel. So everything has to be contained while you have insane amounts of fuel burning every second. And huge plumes of flame, enormous thrust to escape Earth's atmosphere.
Right.
You're just hoping all those O-rings and all these all the shit that blew up with the Challenger.
So it could have blown up.
100%.
You think they were like prepared to die? No.
Katy Perry was prepared to die.
Yeah,
That's
in her eyes, something's off.
She looked like a soldier.
Something's off with her.
No, it's good.
To be fair, that's one part of the mission that does deserve respect. It takes guts to strap yourself into a metal capsule and blast off into the unknown, even if it's just for a few minutes of weightlessness. And let's not pretend space travel is 100% safe, because it's definitely not. Just last year, Blue Origin had a malfunction during descent. One of the parachutes did not deploy properly. It thankfully was not catastrophic, but it was a clear reminder that this isn't a Disneyland ride. Even SpaceX had a similar incident 3 years ago, so despite the cringe fest that the ladies gave us, they took on a legitimate risk and made it back safely. Tim also talked about the messaging Lauren Sanchez was trying so hard to push, and needless to say, he did not hold back.
It's funny to hear the richest guy in the world's wife go, "We're all in it together."
Oh boy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if people feel that.
Yeah, we're definitely not all in it with you.
Like we're all in it together with you.
Can we get on your jet?
How in it together are we?
Yeah, what does that mean?
It feels like you hand selected a couple of friends to go do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it should have been a lottery system like Willy Wonka, where just 7 random people should have been able to go in this.
I would do it just to change
my. Fun.
That would be good.
Just 7 random people.
Just pull out some guy who's not supposed to be here.
Just a cashier at HEB, someone from MS-13.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Get him in. Someone from Tren de Agua and Lauren Sanchez and Gail King and, you know.
And it was far from just Lauren Sanchez. Every post-landing interview felt like a throwback to that infamous Imagine video during the pandemic, where a bunch of detached celebrities sang into their iPhones thinking they were somehow uniting the world. Instead of focusing on the technical achievement or even just the excitement of the experience, they turned it into this weird self-congratulatory campaign about them breaking barriers and the divine feminine. The tone was all wrong, but I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments below, so please let me know. And if you want your friends to see these hilarious takes, please share the video. It means the world to us. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.